last years, her confidence in Tao has never flinching and constantly progressing. Therefore, I am following in her footsteps. Now, let us invite our distinguished lecturer, Sister Shuan, to share with us her guidance about 15 Buddha's discipline. 咱即阵邀请助理慈悲指导。Now let us invite our sister Shuan for her compassionate guidance.
感谢天恩师德，感谢祖师红师，感谢咱的师尊师庙，咱的总领导电传师，咱的领导电传师，甲各位电传师的栽培。感谢各位道亲和游客今日暗暝有一个机会人来学习。Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the heavenly grace and teacher's virtue, and also our Sư尊and Sư Mu, and also I want to thank our 总领导点传师, our 领导点传师, and all our 点传师 for guiding and helping and teaching me along the way. And also, I want to thank everybody tonight for giving me this chance to learn tonight with every one of us. So tonight, our topic will be the 15 Buddha's disciplines. So we will start to introduce why we have to learn and to know and to practice these disciplines. So, 咱讲这个15条佛规是道的大根本，伊嘛是咱I-Kuan道弟子在世着行的一条路。所以咱每一个人都，咱今仔暗每一个人都有求着道，都有得着道。毋过咱来求道来得着道的理由，逐个人都无同。有的人来是因为带父母来求道，有的人是朋友招。还是咱三八的人招咱来求道，有的人是因为好奇，因为咱若咧人来招咱来求道的时，会甲咱说，你去求道，你会得到三宝迄个也宝贵的物件，所以有的人因为好奇，爱知影迄个三宝到底是啥物，伊也是会来求道。毋过无管咱是怎啊来求道的，求道后，咱得到一个真正宝贵的道了。咱就一定要开始修道，因为咱有求道无修道，就是甲无求着道差无偌多咯。So tonight, I want to share with everybody the reason why we have to learn by heart these 15 Buddha's disciplines. Each and every one of us here have different reasons for receiving Tao. When we first came to the temple, we might have been invited by our friends. We might have just came along with our parents or relatives, or we might just have been quite curious about what they were saying, that when we come to receive Tao, we will also receive the 3 treasures. So out of curiosity, they come because they wanted to know. But no matter what reason that led us into receiving Tao, after receiving Tao, what we should do is always we need to cultivate, because without cultivation, the Tao that we have received will not be really going to be any importance to us. So, nan tage lang pahuy siyang hoki na lan tage walang tityo sige tuato. So, lan tage yung kay to saya se lan to siu to. Mko ya zui lang, di sige siu to kay si kan 伊会问说：“我着怎啊做，才有算说是啥是有咧修道呢？还是说我逐日去，我有去咧拜拜，我有去咧听道理，我有算说是已经咧修道无？所以咱的一个问题就是说，咱若爱修道，就按道路做起啊。So we are very lucky that we have already received Tao. But one question come up that we will ask ourselves: am I already cultivating? So what should I do in order that will consider myself that as a cultivator, and where I start? So, kinaam lang就要講說，咱若要修道第一步，咱就是要按這個15條佛規開始做起。因為咱若按這個 15条法规开始行，咱就知影说，这个地路咱行的已经是对的咯，而且咱行的方向也是无错。So the answer there is that we have to start with learning and understanding and practicing 15 Buddha disciplines. These are rules and regulations that we have to follow, and that if we can learn about this and understand this and practice this diligently, we are sure that we can tell ourselves that we are already taking the first step towards cultivation, and that this first step is walking towards the correct direction. So 咱的师尊，咱活佛师尊有甲人讲说，佛规就是着时时刻刻，咱叫着存一个心。咱迄个心就是要尊敬老母娘的心，咱迄个心是咧着去尊敬龙种的仙佛的心，而且这个心也是着去尊敬世间顶一切的物件甲人的心。所以咱袂做你说，我若按不长，咱大家是。咱若按不长，咱大家是也小心，咱讲话也细声。咱若要做代志，也是也小心，因为咱知影说不长就是有菩萨、有老母娘、有仙佛伫迄位的所在，所以咱也小心，咱毋茫讲大话，咱要讲话要做代志，拢种会直想这个才去做。了，咱若要尊，毋过咱的师尊甲人讲说。咱毋是说老清清着去尊敬老母娘甲仙佛，咱也是着去尊敬一切一切。所以无管是人，还是动物，还是物件，咱皆着有一个尊敬的心。像说咱若伫佛堂，咱知影说佛堂咧有菩萨、有老母娘伫迄位，咱知影做仙佛，因逐个是大慈大悲，所以咱会。去尊敬伊，毋过到我咱行出佛堂，像说咱迄日行出佛堂，咱看起一个人老岁啊，穿啊无整齐，而且佫也阿占，咱是毋是应该也是着去尊敬伊？所以咱若是答案说是，安尼咱就是有咧缀咱的老师教咱的去做咯。So, on the compassionate teaching of our Buddha Jigong, the Buddha rules and disciplines teach us to have a respectful heart for our Heavenly Mother, for all the saints and sages, and all beings in every second of our life. So when we are inside the temple, we are always very cautious. We are always acting very respectful. We are all thinking twice before we say anything, because we know that our Laumunyu is there, our Heavenly Mother is there, and all the saints and sages are there. So because we respect them, we want to show them also that we are diligent and good students. But example, if one day we just came from the temple, we have been very cautious, we have been very performing good manners, even towards our co-cultivators, our Taochin. But when we go outside the temple and if we meet an old man who is dressed with torn clothes and looks dirty and looks uneducated, should we also respect him? If the answer here is yes, then we are already learning what our teacher Qigong is telling us. He wanted us to respect everything, and so that's why we have to respect also even the animals. And that's the reason why that most of us, we are encouraging everyone to become a vegetarian. So 咱这个15条法规，咱讲迄个是真重要的15条法规，所以唔单单是咱佛堂内面，咱的老师咧教咱，咱的传传师咧教咱。咱看咱的八仙内面，其中的一个大仙汉钟离，伊嘛是甲咱讲说，咱毋通看无这个15条法规，因为 这个15条法规是真好的天推。咱说天推就是伊有法通拖咱一步一步，甲咱带去到老母娘迄位一个楼梯。所以咱若伊说咱若照这个15条法规一条一条也小心的去做，咱已经是有一个条件能成佛咯。所以咱若说咱袂晓咧怎啊修道，第一好咱就是先学咱这15条法规。第二一项一项明白伊是啥物意思，第二一条一条去做，安尼咱就有法通讲咱家己说，咱已经开始咧修道咯。One of the eight mortals said, he is Han Zhongli. Never belittle the 15 Buddha's disciplines. It is the best stairway to heaven. If one can abide by it diligently, one will have more than enough qualifications to attain Buddhahood. So if we can learn, understand, and practice these disciplines, we are already on our way to heaven. These 15 Buddha rules and disciplines are like our report card from school, that by the day that we are about to meet our Heavenly Mother, we can bring along this report card and show it to her that we have indeed learned diligently when we were still on earth. So through learning these disciplines, we can now be assured and tell ourselves that yes, I am already a cultivator and I am already on the right path. So, 咱即阵来讲说，为什么咱老母娘来要创这个15条法规给咱啊？因为老母娘真疼咱，因真疼世间龙境的人，所以惊说咱在咧修道的观佛子会袂晓说要怎啊去做，咱无一个原则，无一个物件人互咱知影说，咱做即项代志是对，咱做即项代志是毋对的。伊惊说咱若袂晓咧怎啊咱若无一个标准，咱会行大路，会行去一条毋对的路，咱家己也阁毋知影，说咱已经行大路咯。咱若行大一步，咱会害着毋若咱家己，咱嘛会害着别人。所以咱会愈跋愈深，愈跋愈深。咱一直跋，一直做毋对，咱跋落去的时阵，咱家己也阁毋知影。所以老母娘才也慈悲，伊会设这个15条法规，互咱做一个标准。Our Heavenly Mother feared that Tao cultivators will not have a standard foundation to abide by. So our Heavenly Mother is afraid that without these standards, we will just go anyway. We will just go as we wish. So we will have no standard to know that whether what we have done is correct or what we have done is wrong. So instead of going to the right path, we might go through the wrong way. And then by going through the wrong way, we might be doing wrong things. And doing these wrong things will not only affect ourselves, it will also affect the people around us. So without having these standards, we will be doing what we should not do, and we will be falling down the wrong path without even realizing it. So that's why these 15 Buddha's disciplines were set for us to learn and to know. So, 咱说伫海咧行的船，还是伫天顶咧飞的飞机，伊每一个都有伊的路线，着去爬。伊袂做你说，我记在我即阵要行按东边去，面仔日我要行按西边去。伊嘛是着照点钟，伊嘛袂做你说，我今仔早起，我要早爬，明仔日我要夜晚才要爬，迄个嘛是袂做的，因为就算是一只飞机、一种船，因都有因家己的路线、因家己的点钟。所以你若无缀迄路线行，一种飞机、一只船一定会行大路。毋若行大路，伊嘛会去拄着意外，拄着危险，因为伊毋知影说，伊行即条路有别点船 要按咱的对面来无？哦，还是即种飞机，伊要飞按即边去，有别顶飞机，也是伫迄阵的点钟，也是伫空中尾。所以咱若无发着落去，遐上就是会拄着危险，所以会害着家己，也会害着别人。咱会看一只虾，咱逐摆看去虾，伊咧行几600只虾，伊咧行就是一条线，就是咱看去遐是真小只，毋过连遐都有因的原则，都有因的法律咧底，因为做你记载说因家己要怎啊做。So, just like the ships at sea and the planes in the sky, they all have their specific course and route. Without these guides, they can never arrive at their destination. So every ship, every plane, before they leave their port, or before they leave where they were last ordered to be, they have to follow their specific schedules, courses, and routes, because without following these schedules and routes, and without these rules to guide them, first thing, they will frequently meet accidents. And besides that, they will get lost along the way, because without the route, they might have gone to the wrong direction and they will know where to go next. So it is very important that we should follow these rules and regulations. So as a ship captain or as a pilot, they cannot say that today I want to take the course towards the north, but tomorrow I will take the course towards the south, because through this they will never arrive at their destination. And also they have to follow also the timetable. They cannot say that I want to go at midnight tonight and tomorrow I will leave at another time. They have to follow strictly all what is written and what is there for them to follow. Take an example of an ant. We always see ants, thousands or hundreds of them in a group, but they will never go different ways. We always see ants that they go in one straight line. Where the first have stepped on, they will also step on that line. So that is why we should respect our rules, because even a small ant can know how to follow and respect rules. 所以咱咧讲咱的道真宝贵，伊是万物的真财。所以一项反宝贵、反互人尊敬、反困难得到的道。所以咱讲会做咧说，伊全无一个法则，无一个规律，互咱人底伊怎啊行。因为一个真宝贵、真珍贵的物件。咱若得着道，咱已经着野步属伊咯。所以要怎啊底道行，咱就是着一步一步去学去行。As for Tao, it is the ultimate truth of all beings, in heaven and in earth, and it is the most respected, the most noble, and there should not be specific rules and regulations. Should there not be specific rules and regulations for us to follow? So, since we say that what we have received is a very precious Tao, a very respected Tao, something that is so noble. So that's why we should know and we should understand that to follow something that is so noble, there should always be a rule so that we will not go to the wrong way. 所以讲礼节、佛规礼节的精神是什么啊？咱咧讲，咱咧学佛规、学礼节，伊就是说，较咱咧上一个班程，咱咧读册，还是咱咧上一个课，早堂，咱就一部分一部分，慢慢按简单的，行到较深的部分。所以咱就真有耐心，一步一步的去，因为咱知影说知识是学袂了的，咱佫较怎啊学？今仔日学，明仔日又佫有新的知识人来，所以咱即个要学习的心，袂做咧退，咱袂做说哎呀艰苦的我就无要学咯，而是说 我毋捌學到的，我也是無要去學咯。所以咱通着一步一步的去學，而且說咱也是着跟着時代咧叫咱行到倒落，咱就着盡量去學去跟。親像咱今仔日，咱有一個疫情，逐個人咧開會，還是學生咧上課，都是用電腦，也儕人就是像咱三上安尼用 Zoom。所以咱嘛是袂做说啊，阮是咧，阮跩人，阮是规世咧读册本咧的道理，还是读册本咧经典？你叫阮用电脑用 Zoom， 阮逐个袂晓，咱就无要去学咯。所以咱今仔日有法通用 Zoom， 也是一款着也欢喜说咱有法通跟着时代，咱有法通用 Zoom， 咱逐个人有法通会晓你开一个 Zoom， 会晓你用一个 Zoom。咱今仔几月日从6月开始，咱逐礼拜都有法通听着道理，所以咱有法通跟着时代减是也好。So here we will discuss about what is the essence of learning Buddha rules and discipline. The learning of the Buddha rules and disciplines is like learning a class module, where we have to take it one step at a time. We might need to start from chapter 1, where it is more simple, and then go step by step into more complicated topics. For we should know that knowledge is never ending. Today we learn something, but tomorrow there is still new things for us to learn. We cannot say that, no, I will not learn those complicated things. I just want to know what I already know. And we cannot say that I will not learn what my mind doesn't want to learn. Everything we should learn and we should keep them by heart. For knowledge is never ending, and the heart to learn should never stop. And it should forever be up to date. So, just like during this time of the pandemic, most of us, maybe every one of us, cannot go to see each other face to face. So what the schools do, what the offices do, they will all have meetings and lectures through Zoom. So that's why today we are so happy that we have this Zoom, that even though there is a pandemic, since June, we are able to conduct lectures every Friday. So when we go and be up to date with what is in and what everybody is using, we can also learn and make the most out of it. Because if we say that, no, we the cultivators, we have so many books, we only read from the books, we only listen to lectures in the lecture hall. So if that is our mentality, we can never have any lectures during this pandemic time. But because we are able, every one of us is able to download Zoom, is able to use and learn how to use Zoom. That is why, since for how many months we are able to learn and listen to lectures through Zoom. So here is a story. Let me start the story by telling everybody that this is a story of an old man. He is a very wealthy man. And one day he went out of town and he came to see a very beautiful house. But at first, he stepped on the first floor. He didn't like it that much. On the second floor, still the same, just the same. But when he reached the top floor, he saw the very beautiful view from the building. He saw the plants, he saw the fruits of the plants, he saw the flowers that is on the garden. He can see the outline of the area, and he can even see the cars coming in and out. So he was very happy. So when he went back home, he started to look for a land that can build him a house. But when he called on his engineer, he told him that, I want to build a house, but my house should only have the top floor. I want it to be on the third floor, because that was the house that I liked a few days ago was a 3-story building. But I will request you that you should only build me the third floor. without the first and the second. So what the engineer answered was, it is impossible that we will not build the foundation, we will not build the first floor, the second floor, and we just go straight to the third floor. So here, it makes us understand that everything should start from the very foundation. Can we build a house without foundation? Can we build a house on the third floor without having the first and the second? I think no engineer will commit to that project. So that's why we say that as in our cultivation, we should all start from the foundation and little by little go up. And up there, we can see beautiful things. 所以咱一阵来讲一个有遐好业人的故事。一个好业人是伫遐去运，了伊看去一块厝，伊说一块厝都袂歹啊，我入去看卖咧。所以看去，伊头一去第一层，伊说 OK 人，伊说毋是啊特别啦，一块厝内面，伊外口也水，毋过伊内面也是甲平常厝相同。所以爬去2楼。伊说嘛是原在差不多，到我伊爬啊到第一顶卡迄楼3楼，伊忽然间看去外口，伊才发现说，一块厝原来是一个所在第一水。伊说原来是着按3楼才会知影说一块厝是有偌水，因为伊按3楼，伊有可能看去规个伊一个厝的花园。农场栽的物件，伊按只看现现，了伊有可能看去说在手有啥物价值，伊按顶面看也明，那下骹你看袂明，你毋知影顶骹有偌济价值。伊会看去说每一棒每一类花都开啊也每一类植物都开啊也侪也水的花，了伊甚至有可能看去说一块厝的周围。也佫有别块厝，有可能看去说来来去去的车，你说一位一个所在我也爱，我感觉安遮我也欢喜，所以等伊倒去到因地时，赶紧找对。伊说我要起一块厝，亲像我顶日看去迄块厝，所以就找伊的工程师。伊的工程师说，我要叫你起一块厝，毋过我有条件。伊说你毋通甲我起下层，也毋通甲我起第2楼。我若要伫3楼，因为我有看到一块厝，伊的3楼也水也水，所以迄个工程师解说，这个是无可能的代志，因为咱若起厝无下基，伊无法通起起来。而且咱若要起1楼、2楼，一块厝嘛无法通有3楼。所以这个故事甲咱说，咱每一项代志都袂做说，咱要一步就跳到遐远，咱。农场亲像咱咧修道，就按第一下层开始慢慢行，行到第2楼，到才有法通起啊到顶面。到顶面，咱才有法通欣赏说，咱一步一步行的辛苦已经有成果咯，咱会遐欢喜。所以这个故事是说，咱若修道，咱毋通说咱今仔修，明仔修后日，还是下礼拜、下个月，咱就要成佛咯。这个是无可能的代志。按头基础开始，佫较怎啊艰苦，怎啊辛苦，咱慢慢行，咱一日搭一定会行到老母娘迄位。所以伫咱求道后，咱就开始学道。学道，咱刚才有个人是怎啊学道，咱就是来参加开班。来听咱的检传师、咱的讲师讲道理，还是咱有个人会说，我就要去参加献讲，还是有拜拜，我要去做上下手。所以咱一步一步，到咱有法通读着咱圣贤的册，还是咱检传师会讲关于圣贤的故事，咱也是会读学，这做圣贤往摆是怎啊做。怎啊在仙佛往摆是怎啊发大愿，咱一步一步，才有法通知影说要怎啊按一个修道的路一直行去。所以说，咱也是无法通说一日就要成佛，一定逐项代志就像起厝相同， 就有基础。你基础较愈用，咱后摆看起会愈悬、愈远、愈水，咱会愈有成就。So after receiving Tao, we have to start to learn about Tao. So how do we start? Most of us, we start by attending classes. We have to attend lectures. We have to listen to what our Tianchuansi and our lecturers have to tell us, to teach us. And then little by little, most of us, we will start participating in the offering ceremonies. We will then volunteer to be the first and the second commander of the ceremony, the Xiongqiu and Haqiu. And then we will learn about our Buddhas and sages. And so through this, along step by step, little by little, we will achieve more and more every day, because we should never hope that we can attain Buddhahood in just one day, because everything needs a very sturdy foundation. The stronger our foundation, the more that we can learn, and the higher and the farther that we can reach. So one day, maybe we can reach our Lao Bu Niu easily. So, 咱说佛规就是可能咱起厝的地基。咱一个国家嘛是有伊国家的法律，咱无国家说去在怀人要怎啊做，去在怀人要出入入，还是要做什么就什么。大家国家都有的法律，国家内面的人，大家嘛着跟做法律行。每一间厝伊嘛有伊的家规，咱厝内有的人一定着规家迄人教，才有法人食暗顿。有的人，因就会讲说，食一个点钟，还是做家规，咱若是这个家庭的人，就着跟这个家规行。亲像咱咧开班嘛是有班规，咱若咧开班，第一上看起的班规，第一项就是说，咧开班的时，就是叫咱着将咱的手机给禁息，还是给创在无声。伊若有声，忽然间有人拍电话来，咱会查到别人。而是有一个班规，就是说，咱若要参加听道理、参加开班，咱着穿咱的不同的制服，而且伫咧开班的时，咱也是着大家保持安静，毋通一直讲话，啊袂去查到别人。所以每一个所在，无管咱去到倒落，都有伊的规矩，互人去跟。So Buddha rules is just like building a house. It is the foundation. In every country, they have their own laws and regulations for the people to follow. No country will let their citizens go as just what they wish to do. They all have to follow the rules so that they will not get arrested. In the home, there are also rules of the home. Some homes will say that each member has to come home before dinner time because dinner will not stop when the members are not complete. So that is a rule that the family member of that family has to follow. And as to our lecture, our rules during our lectures, we also have our rules to follow. One example is that during lecture time, we have to turn off our cell phone or to put it to mute, so that when somebody calls us, we will not be disturbing the lecturer and also the participants. Also, we have to wear our uniforms, and also during lectures, we have to maintain silence. So that is our rule during lecture. So we have to also follow that. So everywhere we go, there are specific rules and regulations for us to follow. So, 咱讲有的人，咱会讲说，我都有求道路，我都有咧修道路，啊，干那咱也着搁做规矩，互咱去底，做艰苦。所以，咱假说，毋过咱若无做规矩，咱逐个人爱做什么就做什么，咱减会发人进步。因为若无规矩，每一个人。今仔日我贫惰，我无要去开班。明仔日我咧 我咧无爽，我无要去参加献讲，所以逐个人都有逐个人的理由，逐个人都有逐个人的代志，所以咱若无底规律去行，咱一直底咱家己一个身躯爱要做的代志去做，咱一定袂进步，咱一定会愈行愈退步。So, why is there a need for rules and regulations in our cultivation? Because it is only through these rules and regulations that it can keep us through the right path. Although these are only moderate restrictions, but they can make us grow and mature. Because without these regulations, we can just do whatever we want. Maybe we will say that today I will not attend lecture because I'm already sleepy. Tomorrow, I will not join the offering because I have some more important matters to attend to. So if we just keep on listening to ourselves, we will always have so many reasons for us not to do our duties for the temple. So how can we continue to cultivate if we always escape from our responsibilities? So how can we grow and mature? So these rules are there for us so that it can help us to grow and to succeed. 所以这个上，这两条上是上一个厝上一个所在。这两条上就是看咱一个人，顶边一个人有咧修道，有咧底发，有咧底佛规行。下面一个顶面无咧修道，无咧底佛规行，所以咱会看其实顶面这张相也乱。伊外面怀草也是也乱，外面怀草也是记载伊家己要生安倒落去，发按伫一个方向去，伊就按遐去。所以，就算说这厝已经去是去啊也好势，毋过你无该收，无该照顾，一个伊会假达变做无去咯。所以咱若无像一个人若无修道，就是会安尼，人会看起咱也乱。会看起咱说，这个人无得着人尊敬，这个人家己无规矩，所以咱连咱家己个人嘛是会去互人看无。所以下骹这张相，上一块厝上一个所在，已经是经过修理，已经有去甲伊照顾，所以这个所在变做也水。伊的价值嘛会较贵，一块厝看起来人嘛会较爱，所以人嘛会较爱活进去。因为你若无就像一个人，你若有修道，你有在道理内面咧行，你一个人自然会变做无相同，人会自然会较尊敬你，人会较爱甲你讲话，较爱去活近你，因为伊知影说一个人有进步，有咧过，所以咱有。用这两条相，咱有法通说一个人有修道甲无修道，也是上一块厝安尼。所以咱一个顶骹甲下骹就是安尼无相同，经过修理、经过照顾甲无照顾，上一个人就是安尼会无相同。上一个花园，伊做手也是无照顾、无修理。伊七发八发，爱发按倒落去就按倒落去，所以也乱也缺。经过修理，咱有法通知影说一位有几张相，有几丛树，有法通知影说差不多一个树是啥物款的树。佮经过照顾了后，一个所在是毋是家也有价值咯。所以上一个人，咱若有修道，咱自然会进步，会愈行愈远。像咱搁一阵过来说做运动员，你若要做一个运动员，像一个伊是咧yoga，伊若要到我一个程度，有法通将家己的身躯安尼挺起来，这个毋是一日两日训练的就有诶，这个差不多若是较勇的人，3个月、4个月有法通做着咯。若是咱较无咧运动的人，忽然间叫咱去yoga。一个我看到一年，有的人也阁无法通做着，所以咱逐项代志都着一步一步踏来，咱的身躯也是着训练。像一个 咱运动员伊嘛是着逐日去训练，互伊的身躯会擘，有可能会发生出来。So for the athletes, an example, these are the athletes. For the runners or the sprinters, for if they will be running a 100-meter dash, does it mean that every day during the training they will just only run that 100-meter dash? No. 100-meter dash can be done in less than a minute. It's just seconds. So for the people who doesn't know their training, you might think that the 100-meter dash is the easiest because maybe you just have to need to train for 30 minutes a day because your run is only under a minute. But in reality, to become a great sportsman, you have to be training through rain or shine. Even they have to wake up so early. Even if this athlete is just joining the 100-meter dash, he has to endure the sun and the rain, and also he has to join the marathon to gain endurance, and he has also to join the jogging of the group. So it doesn't mean that when you choose to join something that looks very fast or very easy to achieve, you will not train anymore, because an athlete will need to train for even a year just to accomplish his 100-meter dash with medals. So 即阵咱来开始讲咱的佛规礼节里面的第一条。第一条就是教咱说，咱要尊敬先佛。So now let us go on the first of our Buddha disciplines. The first one tells us that we should respect the saints and the Buddhas. So, 因为先佛真爱众生伊爱，先咱的先佛大家也爱咱，大家爱说要大家发愿，伊爱互众生大家唔免艰苦，大家快乐，大家唔免受苦。因发做愿是真大的愿，伊对众生发的愿是唔是普通的愿？所以咱若要学，咱就是要学做咱做菩萨。有法能发大愿的菩萨，安尼去做，因为咱若要尊敬先佛，咱就知影说做先佛，毋是说闹一张相，毋是说闹一个名。因有法能做先做佛，已经是因为因已经有做啊也大，也已经发也大的愿，有做也做代志，为众生牺牲也做，才有法能互咱叫因做说是佛是菩萨。So here, why is it that the first one is for us to respect the saints and the Buddhas? Because of the great mercy of these saints and Buddhas, they have a great love for all of us humankind, that they have made great vows in order to make us, everyone, into a state of happiness, that everyone can be far away from sadness or danger. So in order for them to make these great vows, they must have very great love for all of us. So we should start by imitating them, following their footsteps, and learn how to do to be like them, so that we can also love and sacrifice for other people rather than for ourselves. So 咱来看咱的弥勒祖师。弥勒祖师，咱逐摆说看起弥勒祖师，逐摆是也欢喜。咱的弥勒祖师是有大慈悲，伊会愿，伊爱说逐个人都毋免去受着艰苦，毋免伤心，毋免说会互别人去影响着。所以说，你若听起无好无欢喜的代志，还是听起别人对你无好，做无好，说无好的话。逐项代志毋通徛咧头壳咧，就是龙奖按腹肚咧起。咱看咱的弥勒祖师腹肚也大个，毋过伊的烦恼无徛咧头壳咧，所以定定也欢喜。 所以咱若有法通學伊，跟伊安尼做，咱是毋是逐日也是有法通活呀歡喜？咱就袂說去生氣某一個人，還是去對某一項代志覺得煩惱。因為每一項代志，咱彌勒祖師，咱對伊安尼做，咱就袂感覺艱苦。So here is our Buddha Maitreya, our Mila Tzu. When we think of our Buddha Maitreya, we remember his great kindness. And another name for our Buddha is, sometimes he is called the happy Buddha, the laughing Buddha, because for our Mila Tzu, he tells us that whenever you meet some difficulties or whenever you meet people that are saying bad to you or doing bad things to you, do not keep them in your mind. Just keep them in your stomach, and later on you will just forget it. So if we can follow his footsteps and learn how to do it, so we can become happy people. When we are happy people, we will not think bad of others. Also, we will also think how to make others happy also. So if we can all imitate his doings, then the world will have great peace. So 後來咱看是咱海古佛，咱的觀音菩薩。咱若聽起說咱的觀音菩薩，咱就是想到伊的大悲心。咱大家說，咱的南海古佛是救苦救難，所以咱每一擺若有拄着艱苦、拄着代志，咱若叫伊，伊在死會來咱身邊，甲咱幫忙。So here, this is our Nanhai Kufo, or sometimes we call him as Kuan Yin, or the goddess of mercy. So when we hear her name, we will always remember her infinite compassion. So it is said that whenever we meet danger or we meet things that we cannot face, we just have to call on her name, and she will be at our sides. So 咱有會講啊無影啊，佛祖遠遠佇天頂，啊無佇咱一位，咱為什麼咱着去尊敬伊啊？毋過咱一擺啊，有一個道親，一擺啊，伊來佛堂，咱目過了啲佛堂，伊甲一個朋友來求道，因為伊是隱士，所以咧，點在是咧辦道嘅時，後客甲伊徛佇邊頭。伊忽然間叫，你知影無？觀音菩薩來佇佛堂啦，今仔日佫特別穿啊也水哦，伊佫一直笑也歡喜哦。所以一個道親是從早就，伊說伊細漢就有法人看去，所以伊安尼講，咱是毋是會感覺說，哦，誠實是仙佛，誠實定定有佇咱的身邊。啊，了一擺啊！伊是暗時來咱咧開班，伊也是來要開班，伊來參加咱獻香。伊也是共你邊頭的道親講，我今仔日暗也做仙佛來參加哦。而且咱的邊頭跩也做仙童，也是來落來的。所以咱即逐擺講，等傳是大家教咱說，咱若咧獻香，武定點落去，咱就毋通凊彩行來行去，因為咱欠彩會去會去爭着，還是去達着，咱身邊唔知影佇一仙仙佛已經來佇咱身邊咯。所以 here, this is the goddess of mercy, and I have an experience that one time there was a Taoqin who came to the temple. She came along with a friend who wanted to receive Tao. So during the process of the ceremony, she was with me on the side, and then suddenly she called me and say, do you know that our Kuan Yin Pusa is here in the temple, and today she is wearing very, very nicely. Her clothes are very beautiful, and she is smiling. She seems to be very happy today. So that shows that she is that shows that our Buddha is indeed with us whenever we have something happening. So another time during the lecture, it is during night time at 7 o'clock, she also came and she joined our offering. And then during the process of the offering, when our Tianpao, our male members are doing the Pai Pai, she also told me that, do you know, she also told us that, do you know that there are so many saints and Buddhas that are here tonight with us? And then on our sides, there are small angels that are here also with us. And this Tao Chin, since a long time ago, she can really see things. So we should not say that Buddhas and saints are far, far away in heaven and they cannot know and cannot see and cannot hear us. So through her, we can know that they are indeed here with us at our sides every day, every moment. So next is our 地藏菩萨。就地藏菩萨咱大家知影说，伊也是发一个野大的愿。伊说地狱若无空，我就无要成佛。So our Tijang Pusa also made a very great vow for us. He said that when the hell is not empty, I will not become a Buddha. So what a great vow that he made for all of us. So is it right that we have to respect him and love him? Of course we should. So 咱要怎样来尊敬仙佛啊？仙佛，咱咧尊敬仙佛，咱就是着像昨仔说的，咱知影说仙佛定定伫咱的身边，所以咱每一项代志要做要讲，咱都得也小心，毋通说仙佛远远伫天顶，根本袂听去。So here we say that how do we respect the saints and the Buddhas? So we have to be very careful, very respectful in everything that we say and do, because as I have mentioned a while ago, our saints and Buddhas are indeed with us every moment of our lives. So that is why we should really be very, very careful. And for what they have done for us, we should also always be very respectful to them.
I need your consent on a few items.
咱若尊敬仙佛。第二點就是說，咱若咧尊敬仙佛，咱毋是說若需要尊敬咱有法人看去的，冊頂有法人讀到的，還是咱咧有法人念着名的迄仙佛。因為抑閣有一尊佛，也是咱着一定着去尊敬的，迄仙佛就是咱心中咱家己迄仙佛。So when we say we have to respect the saints and the Buddhas, it doesn't mean that we only respect those Buddhas that we can see, or those Buddhas and saints that we can read from the books, or that their names we can see on the list of saints and Buddhas, because there is another very important saint that we need to respect, and that is the saint that lives within every one of us. 上咱的正直，伊说，我特别都着家己检查家己，看我做人，甲人来去有中无？我甲朋友咧交有守信用无？我每一日学的物件，我有照做无？所以这个就是一款看咱要怎啊尊敬咱家己即阵心内即阵仙佛。第一项，咱就是着家己看咱有做呾代志无，若有做呾，着赶紧过，咱才有法通进步。曾子once said, Zhengzi is a student of Confucius. So once he said that I need to do 3 self-examinations every day. Number 1, am I being faithful in dealing with people? Then, am I being trustworthy towards my friends? Am I practicing what I was taught? So in order to respect our inner Buddha, the Buddha that is within us, we have to do these 3 things. Are we dealing with people, are we faithful? Do we do what we have said? Are we being fair? And then in dealing with our friends, do I do what I have promised? Do I do what I was said to do? And then also in practicing the learnings, so what I have learned today, Have I practiced it properly? So through examining these three things every day, we can now learn and improve ourselves. And that is one of the ways that we can enlighten our inner Buddha. So he said, "An 外面咱就尊敬生活，安内面咱就尊敬咱家己的自生活，则咱的自性才会愈光明，这个才是真正的咧修持。So on the outside, one should worship saints and Buddhas, but that can be seen and touched. But on the inside, one should also worship the Buddha of our true nature, so that we can be enlightened, and our true self will be going to through the right path, and will have a brighter aura. That is real cultivation. 然後最較重要嘅，還有一項就是說，咱若要按互咱的自生活有法人愈修養愈好，咱就是做一項代志，就是咱就來改脾氣，起毛病。這就是咱要修養咱的自生活的一個真重要嘅代志。So it says here that it is very important that we look into our inner self. Concentrate on inner self cultivation, be able to moderate the temper and eliminate bad habits. That is the importance of inner self cultivation. So 咱的志工老師甲咱講說，教咱說咱要怎樣起脾氣、改毛病，也簡單的，伊說。就是咱有法人去包容別人的意見，別人的意見甲咱無相同，咱無去怪伊，咱想辦法去明白看伊為什麼伊的意見甲咱無相同，安尼咱就會無脾氣咯，咱也袂生氣咯。要怎樣去改毛病啊？就是唔通去要想辦法要去改變別人，因為咱若改變別人，咱就是說。咱為什麼要改變別人？因為咱說，就是一個人做唔對，一個人做無好勢，還是一個人做無夠格，我就該改。安尼咱若要改別人，意思就是說，咱感覺咱是對的，咱做也做，咱對，別人卻唔對。所以咱若將這項代志該改起來，咱就已經改也做毛病起來了。The merciful teaching of Buddha Ji講。Practice tolerance with people who disagree with your ideas. That is how temper can be moderated. Do not try to change others, but habits can then be corrected. So, towards people who have different ideas from us, we should not try to change them. We should not try to say that they are wrong. We have to understand why their ideas are different from us. Through that, we can no longer be getting angry or having fights with friends. And also, to change our bad habits, we do not try to change others. Because let us think, why do we want to change others? We want to change others because we think that others are wrong, or others are not doing what they should do, or others are doing less than what we are doing. So we have to change them because they are wrong. So through this, it shows that we are always, we are so self-centered that we feel that we are the only ones doing the right thing. We are the only ones abiding by the rules. We are the only ones doing more than what we should do. So if we can change this habit, we can always become happy. We will no longer be mad or feel that others are, we are doing things for others, because if we can change this habit, we can then be a happy person. 咱一陣來看一個故事。
次有人要和他吵架的时候，他总是一言不发，绕着自己的房子跑3圈儿。伊巴总是工作，非常勤劳努力，所以他的房子也就越来越大，土地越来越多。
你们家的狗到处乱跑的，把我们家的东西呀！你看这怎么办？你要赔我的损失啊！
不管房子有多大，拥有土地的面积有多么宽广，只要与人争吵生气之后，艾里巴还是会绕着房子和土地跑3圈儿。
伊巴，你为什么这么跑来跑去的呀？
没什么，
真是个怪人。
都对艾迪巴的做法感到不可理喻。不见得，迪巴。
哎，我说艾迪巴，天气都这么大了，我跟你说了多少回了？哎，别让他过来。算了算了。
在田埂上发生争吵，艾丽巴还是照例在争吵过后绕着自己的房子和土地走3圈。
爷爷，爷爷！
孩子，
爷爷，你这么大岁数了，为什么一和别人争吵就要绕着土地跑3圈呢？你可不可以告诉我这个秘密啊？
好吧，孩子，我告诉你这个秘密。年轻的时候，我一和人吵架、争论、生气，就绕着房、绕着地跑3圈儿，边跑边想。我的房子这么小，土地这么少，我哪有时间，哪有资格去跟人家生气？一想到这些，气就消了。于是就把所有的时间都用来努力工作。
可是爷爷，现在您老了，变成最富有的人了，为什么还要绕着房子和田地走呢？
我现在呀还会生气，生气的时候绕着房子和土地走3圈儿，边走就边想，我的房子这么大，土地这么多，我又何必跟人计较？一想到这儿啊，气就消了。
向内寻法，真知见，明心见性，道诸天。
所以呢個故事lang ko ing buon ko Kim Kong si Pian. That story was about a man who, when every time somebody wants to fight him or say any bad things to him, he will not answer back. Instead, he will just run around his house for 3 rounds, and then after that, his body will get very tired and he will forget everything that has happened. So through the years, that is what he do. He will not waste his time arguing with people. So because he was very hardworking, he gained wealth along the way. And then later on, he had a big house, but still, when somebody wanted to fight or to argue with him, he will not answer. He will just run 3 rounds around his big house. So his grandson wanted to know the reason. Since you are very old, why are you still running around the house? He said, but because when I was young, I do not have a lot of time and wealth to fight with other people. So I have to run 3 rounds in order that I will forget and not be and no longer be angry. And now, since I am already have some wealth, and every time I meet somebody who wants to fight with me, I will just run 3 rounds because in my mind, I will say that I already have everything that I needed, I wanted. So why should I waste my time fighting with them? So through this story, we can say that through practicing what he is doing, we can already change our bad habits and temper. So kinaam nan just kung ako chị uy有讲唔对的所在，请善好所做，请点全是补充，祝大家身体健康。下摆第2条，等下摆有机会会晓会阁继续讲落去。
咱就请咱蔡点传师给咱慈悲。点传师，
传师无去嘛？你这里落大雨个先。
点传师，
各位道亲好阿弥，
阿弥，
听晓无？
我晓得哈。
今仔日真正，各位道亲各位点蜡烛甲各位道亲咱来听迄个宣宣助理甲咱讲即篇尊敬神父15条佛规内面即个尊敬神父，来请请卢师翻译一下。
但是好学咯。We are happy
Okay,
we have this chance to discuss the 5 Buddha rules and regulations. And number 1 is to respect the Buddhas and saints.
因为时间差不多简单做一个结论咱每一个人拢嘛是真正希望讲我若爱做什么，我就会用去做，只要我高兴，有什么不可以？
So every one of us, we always wanted to do what we wanted to do. So as long as I'm happy, what are the things that I cannot do?
那一般人就是安尼叫做自由啦。
We think that it is
自
liberty.
由
That is liberty for us.
但是咱许多人对自由的看法无共款，有更加开阔的一种看法。
So for us cultivators, what we see at freedom or liberty has a wider range.
就是爱讲咱每一个人，所有的人拢到三层好的品质以后咧，咱才有法度享受到正的自由。
So for us cultivators, we want to think that at the time when everybody has reached a certain level, that we are already on the same level, that's the time that we can experience liberty.
要安怎大家来法度到迄个三层的道德品质的？
So how can everyone reach a certain level that is the same, a level of good virtues?
就爱透过时时刻刻来反省家己、修正家己。
So it should be done through self-examination, self-reflection in every minute of the day.
所以神父慈悲甲咱设置15条佛规礼则。
That's why our Buddhas and saints are very merciful that they set these 15 rule disciplines for us to follow.
今仔日咱常常甲咱讲就是头一条尊敬神父。
So tonight what we have discussed is the first of the 15 rules, the respect saints and Buddhas.
每一位神父伊拢有真伟大的愿。
Each and every Buddha, they have made a very great vow.
他就对我讲， 免会做事咧，伊的愿就是讲要互大家欢欢喜喜受到啦，慈悲啦。
So for example is our Mila Tzushi, our Buddha Maitreya. His wish and vow is that he wants everybody to be to be a happy cultivator,
慈悲，
to be merciful.
所以咱若信真正信免会辜负老祖师咧，咱每一个人咱转去以后，咱的利是拢是慈啦，慈悲的慈。
So if we are true followers of our Buddha Maitreya, we believe in him and we follow his footsteps. When we go back to heaven, each and every one of us, our family name will be Chi.
咱么观世音菩萨咧，伊什么大愿咧？
So what is the great vow of our Lanhai Kufo?
伊就是要顺声救苦，伊大慈大悲，顺声救苦。这边人若去讲我真艰苦啊，咱莫辜负啦，大慈大悲来救我，伊就会来。
So the great vow of our Kuan Yin Pusa is that he wanted to help everyone that is
我听起啊，你有声音了是不是？
有。She wanted to help everybody who calls for her to during difficult times. 有吧？助理有听，阮的声会听起无？有，变成是有。
迄个 WiFi 无啥顺，WiFi 无啥顺吼。但是上较要紧的，因为网络无顺吼，无咱就安尼简单做一个接班吼。上较要紧的，咱就是爱知影讲，除了外在咱看会到的迄个不祥的身份咧，咱内在嘛有一个更加爱真正小心、真正爱尊敬迄个自身份。
So tonight we want to stress that aside from the Buddhas and saints that we can see from the outside, we also have to respect and cultivate our inner Buddha that is within us.
咱内外兼顾，才是正正的尊敬身份。
So we have to take care of both the outer self and outside and from that we can accomplish our respecting of the Buddhas and saints.
今仔日因为网络 WiFi 无真顺点钟也到咱就踮咧遮做一个结班祝各位就祝大家身体健康、欢喜充满，咱大家来施教。
So since the Wi-Fi is not very stable and it is already time for us to say goodbye, so we wish everybody to have a healthy body and to be happy.